Hey, this is C&D channel. I'm Chris. This is Dave, and this is MMA for you. We're going to be doing our predictions for UFC on FuelTV 3, which is going to happen on May 15th. Um, just want to give you guys a heads up. Igor Prokrak was supposed to fight Thiago Silva on this card, but Thiago Silva has moved into the main event position on UFC on FuelTV 2. So that fight's not happening. If Igor Prokrak gets a replacement or if another fight gets announced, we will put our prediction on the comment section.
Awesome.
Okay? So, outside of that, what do you think, man? You got anything to say, man?
Korean Zombie gonna win.
Oh, let's get right to it then, man. Dustin the Diamond Poirier is going to fight the Korean Zombie Chang Sung Jung.
I'm telling you, on this UFC on Field TV 3, I have a lot of bias pick. Okay, like I said before, I try not to have a bias pick, but it's emotional pick. But I actually think this emotional pick might works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, you actually picked Korean Zombie to beat Mark Homnick last time, and he knocked him out in 7 seconds.
See, I mean, not just because again, I feel like I like Korean Zombie. I like him, and I know his strength, and I know him. I feel that I know him very well, and that's why I give the call.
You probably talked to him one time.
Yeah, hey, but anyway, so the thing is, again, I pick him beside emotional. His strength is good. He has good style. He has good chin. He push for a lot, and then people always not realize he has an underrated BJJ. Okay, his BJJ doesn't suck.
No, not at all, man. He did a twister on Leonard Garcia.
Exactly, and then he trained in the alpha male, team alpha male.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he is very, impressive and fighting more, fighting more conservatively. But yeah, he got power, so he can knock, people down.
You know what, man? I've been really having a hard time picking this fight. I'm gonna go with Poirier, man. I love the Korean Zombie.
Bullshit. You're not picking him.
Okay. Yeah, well, but like with Poirier, man, his stand up is very strong.
Not as strong as Korean Zombie.
Arguably, it could be. He saw it against guys like Crispy. I mean, he beat him up really bad. He has good takedown defenses. He submitted his last 2 opponents. Against Holloway, he did from mount a triangle armbar. And then before that against Garza, who has good jiu-jitsu himself, he got a Darce choke on him.
Okay.
So, I mean, this guy, well-rounded, only 23, and he's just doing really well in the featherweight division.
I mean, I fell for Dustin, but again, I love Korean Zombie. Plus, I want to emphasize, he has a good chin.
Yeah.
He can play a Rocky on this one, and I think with his records, I'm pretty sure Korean Zombie can. There's a possibility for him to win this fight.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. We all love the Korean Zombie, but he is a good fighter too.
He's a good fighter, no doubt.
So yeah, okay. Nice.
Kimchi power.
Kimchi power, huh? Can't stand the stuff, man. Too spicy for me.
That's why you're not fighting.
Yeah, next one after that, Cowboy Donald Cerrone is going to fight Lil Heathen Jamie Stevens.
What do you think?
Dude, Cerrone all the way, man.
Of course.
Yeah, man.
Cerrone, man.
Yeah, his Muay Thai. Really
yeah,
good.
his Muay Thai is crazy. I mean, I love his kicks. Very strong BJJ again. I love people who has a good chin and the push forwards.
Yeah, exactly, man. But actually, Jeremy Stevens is that same guy in the sense he has good chin and he pushes forward a lot. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu wise, it's not gonna be as strong as Cerrone's, but Stevens has actually been working on it. He's actually been taking opponents down lately. He's got some heavy hands. The guy throws like haymakers a lot. But he can be technical, but he can also brawl when he needs to. Very aggressive fighter, but yeah, Donald Cerrone's the same guy though. Very aggressive fighter, pushes forward, strong chin. Watch like the Nate Diaz fight, man. They're just going at it,
Usually, I worry about people who draw haymakers. Like Jimmy here hit your haymakers. I was afraid. Oh my God, what if it hit and then got knocked down? But we talk about Donald, man. He has a good chin. I think he can take couple.
I think so too, man. I definitely think so too. Okay. Next, right after that, we have Filthy Tom Lawlor versus Jason the Athlete MacDonald.
It's a tough one. I say Jason MacDonald. I mean, he has 25 wins, 15 lose, but he fought a lot. He's very experienced. Okay, 36 years old. But again, he's not old yet, and he has good BJJ. Okay.
Oh yeah, man. You watch the always go back to the Jason MacDonald versus Damian Maia fight, man.
Wow.
That was one of the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu matches in MMA I've ever seen.
Yes, and then because that, I want to say that if this fight goes on the ground and Jason in the condition that he is, if this becomes a BJJ battle, I think Jason win.
True.
His experience and his BJJ definitely can wrap this up.
Yeah, I'm going with Tom Lawlor here. Of course, he got choked out by Chris Weidman in his last fight, so it does make me worried. He also got rear naked choked by Joe Dirksen.
And we're talking about Jason MacDonald here,
Yeah, so you got a guy with some good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that can definitely threaten Lawlor. I think Lawler's probably going to be the stronger wrestler. And
I agree.
I'd agree. I'd also say he has a better stand-up, as Jason McDonald's stand-ups has always just been all right, but it's not that great. Tom Lawler's stand-up, it's good. He has shown some cardio issues sometimes, but otherwise I think he can probably even keep the fight standing. I think he's a stronger wrestler, so he can dictate where the fight goes at least. If it does hit the ground, it does worry me. Jason MacDonald, I remember against Jensen, I mean, he trapped the guy's arm. He was on his back, got the triangle, snuck in that triangle choke. I mean, he's really sneaky with his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Absolutely. I mean, again, I agree with you. If we keep a stand out, I worry as well. I think Jason MacDonald have too much to take. And also worry about the fact that your guy's wrestler, then Tom can determine where it goes. All I'm saying is you let Jason on the ground. Then if you give him enough time, this fight can stay on the ground, and then possibly got choked out by him.
Oh, okay. Well, next fight after that we have Jorge Lopez, or George Lopez, however you want to say it, versus Amir Sadallah.
This is a headache fight, okay? I say Amir, but don't call me on that. I say Amir because I feel like UFC, like this guy, he's the ultimate fighting champion, want to give him a couple fights to win, and Javier is not such difficult fighter, and it's possible for him to win, but can he win this fight? I don't know. Okay, he's supposed to win this fight, but
yeah, obviously, that's one thing they do with Amir Sadallah outside of Donahue Kim and Johnny Hendricks. I mean, they gave him Ludwig for a reason. They gave him Phil Baroni for a reason. They gave him DeMarcus. They give him these lower tier fighters for a reason, because they want Amir Sadallah to win. George Lopez, he's hasn't been winning in the UFC. I think he lost to Justin Edwards in the last fight? He's kind of a lower tier guy, and I kind of get the impression that he's being brought in to lose to Amir Sadallah. However, I got George Lopez winning this one. He trains at One Fight Team. 5 of his wins are by KO or TKO. He can keep the fight standing. Amir does have some technical Muay Thai. Doesn't have a lot of power though.
That's why I feel
he might outwork him.
Yeah, but work rate wise, yeah, Amir can win over that. But to the extent, can he knock George Lopez? That's questionable. I mean, he has a good cardio, but what's he gonna do? Outwork George Lopez to death? I mean,
he done that to some opponents. I just don't think he'll do it to Lopez here.
Yeah.
Personally, but on your side, he does seem like he's kind of being brought in to lose to Amir Sadala.
Yeah, I mean,
But
that's the only reason I pick him. Don't quote me on that. I just feel like, the whole reason that George Lopez is here is to lose to Amir. But can he can he do, what is printed to him? I don't know, man.
yeah. So I'm going with George Lopez to win this one though.
Yeah.
Nonetheless. Okay. Next right after that we have Mike the Hulk Easton versus Yves Debrine.
Mike, it's easy. It's Mike.
Yeah, I gotta go with Mike Easton to win this as well.
I mean, the guy have the 12-1 record, 4 KO, 2 submission, and he is still quite relatively young, 28 years old, trained really good, can alliances.
Yeah, Lions.
I mean, he's ready to go.
Yeah. One I like Yves Debrine. He is, he's really good, strong stand up. He throws really good combinations, especially his kicks are really strong as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing pretty well for himself too. He's 2-fight win streak, but I gotta go with Easton here. In his last fight against Papazian, he showed some good stand up, showed a good chin there. And he's a Hulk. I mean, he's really strong as well.
Absolutely.
In the stand-up area, honestly, it could go. Jabouin is probably the better technician. Probably has more technical.
Yeah, I agree with you. He has a 11 KO TKO record, and then the guy is on the 2-fighting winning streak. Very strong on the multi and towards combination. I agree with you, but for some reason, Mike, he's a standout, and his BJJ is I mean, I think with these two powerful weapons, I think Mike got this wrapped up for him.
Yeah, I think I think Easton's gonna be better on the ground.
Yes,
and
definitely.
He does have strong stand up himself. I'll go with Easton to win this one.
Absolutely.
Okay, next fight after that, Cody McKenzie is gonna fight Aaron Riley.
I like Cody McKenzie, but I don't think he will win this fight. I agree. Aaron Riley will win this one.
Me too, Aaron Riley as well. One thing with Cody McKenzie, I like him a lot. He's a very strange Alaskan dude.
I know. But he's interesting.
He's very interesting. Yeah. 10 of his wins are by 10 of his submission wins are by guillotine. The thing is, with Aaron Riley, I know he trains with Joe Daddy Stevenson, who was also a great guillotine guy himself. And he's such a veteran. I can't see Aaron Riley losing by guillotine to Cody McKenzie here.
I don't think he will lose, guillotine. I mean, if it's any other, BJJ practitioner, maybe, my prediction will be changed. But guillotine, no, I don't think so. I mean, himself have a 14 submission anyway.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing.
This guy's fought everyone. He's a veteran.
Yeah, so...
Yeah,
very well-rounded dude.
Yeah, I gotta go with Riley. I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, I like Cody McKenzie. It's just that I don't think he's a UFC caliber guy. I honestly don't.
Wow.
I like the guy. His fighting style. It's fun. He generally gets some sort of finish, win or lose. But honestly,
he's an interesting fighter. That's all.
Yeah. Stand up's kind of awkward. His Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is getting better, but his best weapon's that guillotine.
Yeah.
I
mean, guillotine is great, but to facing the people who Aaron, it won't work. Obviously,
Yeah, I think Aaron Riley's got this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, next fight after that we have Brad Tavares versus Dongy the Ox Yang.
Dude. Gotta support Korean. Gotta support my Korean brother, man.
You got Dong Yang, you got Brad Tavares, man.
Dong Yang gonna win this one again. Even though it's part of an emotional pick, I kind of agree. Dong Yang has a chance to win this one for sure.
Really?
I mean, his win is all by the finish. This guy is determined. He's really, good with, his stand out. I mean, heavy-handed. He trained the Korean top team, man. Korean top team, dude.
I like Brad Tavares here. Even in his I think his last fight was against Aaron Simpson. His takedown defense was stellar. He's constantly improving. He has heavy hands himself. Only 24. I say this about Brad Tavares, and I'll still say it. He is the dark horse of the division. He's a dark horse prospect of the division. Still young, 24, and like still improving. And I honestly see Brad Tavares being a top 10 middleweight in the future. I think there's a lot of talent with him.
I agree with you. I think he has a lot of talent. I mean, I really worry about this fight. Daniel has a chance to lose to, Brad for sure.
Daniel hits hard, man.
Again,
both these guys hit hard, but yeah.
I mean, both of these guys hit hard, but Daniel can take.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he can definitely take, man. Just eat a lot of kimchi and go crazy, man. I mean, I'm not as confident as what I pick on Korean Zombie, but I think Daniel has a possibility to win this fight for sure.
Cool. Next fight after that, Jeff Curran is gonna fight Johnny Eduardo.
Dude, needless to say, Jeff Curran.
Yeah, man, Jeff Curran's gotta win this one. I mean, the guy
Come
keeps getting like handed like the toughest guys, and now he's getting like Johnny Eduardo. I'm not saying he's like not, but he's definitely more of a lower / mid tier guy.
Then you say he's not.
So I think Jeff Curran's the big frog's gonna finally take this.
Finally, after all these years, man.
But Johnny Eduardo, I mean, he trains at Nobu Uniao. His Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is really strong. 13 of his 25 wins are by submission.
Well, but Jeff has a really strong BJJ too,
Well, that's his game, yeah.
Yeah, and very experienced. This guy train on,
Yeah, it's his Team Curran.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I mean, he teach this stuff.
Yeah, dude. I mean, one of his best students, obviously, is his cousin, Pat Curran, who's really good. One thing is, too, yeah, Jeff Curran, he just has a lot of experience. There isn't anything on the floor that he hasn't seen.
Absolutely.
And as good as Johnny Eduardo is on the ground, most of his losses are actually by submission, too. 7 of his 9 losses are by sub.
Mm-hmm.
I see Jeff Curran probably being, arguably, I'm going to say this, the stronger Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. Probably the better wrestler, too.
I think so, and I think, after all this year have a top fight, I think this is his time to shine.
Cool. Next fight after that, we got TJ Grant versus Carlo Prater.
I know you like TJ Grant. I like TJ Grant. He has a good record. He has a good submission. I have to call Carlo.
Carlo Prater, huh?
It's a tough decision.
Well, yeah, on the ground, man, this fight can go
either way. Right?
It's a tough fight, yeah.
This is a tough pick. I mean, I think Carlos, dude, the guy fighting 41 fights, already. I mean, 3 KO, 15 submission. I'm not saying that TJ Grant not, BJJ is not as good, but
13 subs for TJ Grant.
I know, but I'm just saying that Carl can make a point to win this fight. He has long lane as well. He's very tall for the weight class. 5-1 history. Really good BJJ. I mean, something definitely gonna watch out for.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go TJ Grant to win this one. I've always liked the guy. If you ever watch a Chonin fight, his scrambles and sweeps, I mean, that was just a great Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu stuff right there. He armbar Shea Roller from his back, so he's good off his back and on top. And I'd argue that TJ Grant, especially, he used to fight at 170. He's doing really well at 155. He's probably going to be the stronger wrestler here, too. I got to go TJ Grant with the combination of wrestling. And if he's going to be on top, Carlos Pereira's really good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu himself. But, I think TJ Grant will be able to hold his own. He don't even do better in the ground. Who knows?
I think this is going to be a close fight. I agree that TJ has better wrestling, but I feel Carlo has not more experience, but definitely has a advantage on the ground as well. I mean, it can go either way. I feel there's a possibility that Carlo can take this fight.
Cool. Next fight after that, we have Rafael Dos Anjos versus Kamal, the Prince of Persia, Belarus.
Sorry, Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna win this fight.
You know what? I used to cheer a lot for and pick Kamal Shalvarez a lot because like of his exciting style.
But his sloppy striking, man.
Yeah, it's really it's now to the point of just like wrestle. You know, it's like if you're not gonna wrestle, your striking is not good. You're just looking really bad.
I mean, why in the world he is striking? I remember we used to talk about this guy. He has really good wrestling. I mean, why don't you use that?
Yeah. I gotta go with Rafael dos Anjos. His Muay Thai is really strong.
Very good BJJ.
Yeah, his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is stellar.
And he has a good wrestling too. So I feel like if if our president.
Shalvarez is gonna have the better wrestling here.
But he's not using it though.
Yeah. Well, he can use it defensively, I guess.
Of course, but not. But I think Rafael has a better Muay Thai. I mean,
his kicks are pretty good.
Pretty good. I mean, compared to the sloppy striking, I think I can definitely give love to Rafael.
Yeah, Zalal has definitely been improving his striking. He even knocked out with a haymaker. He knocked out George Saltaropoulos in the first round. Yeah, but he lost his last fight against Gleison Tebow. His striking, he didn't pick his strikes well. I mean, he'd go for like from a distance, he'd go for like an uppercut, and it's like, why do you do a lead uppercut? Not even a far side uppercut, like a near side uppercut. When you're so far away. So some of his choices in striking weren't good in his last fight. If he uses his kicks though, like he used it against like Rob Emerson, for example, and his hands are good, but his kicks are really strong.
Yes. I heavily rely on the kicks on this one.
Yeah. I gotta go with Dos Anjos in this one. I don't trust Shalvarez to use his wrestling.
I don't trust him use his wrestling.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of fight I would say go either way because I know the other person is good on one thing, but I just don't think he's gonna use wrestling whatsoever.
Yeah. It doesn't help that Shalvarez is on a 2-fight losing streak too.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
Okay, and finally, this fight right here is kind of a pick-em for me. It's UFC newcomer Azamat Gashimov versus Alex Soto.
Me too. I pick Alex.
You're going with Alex? I'll go with Azamat. You know
good.
what? They're both like the same guy. They both have 8 fights, 2 wins by KO or TKO. Azamat has 4 subs, whereas Alex Soto has 3.
I have 1 sub less than yours.
And both these guys have 1 loss in their career. Soto's though is to Michael MacDonald, who's really, really good. So, I mean, they're both like the same guy, record-wise at least. They're kind of the same guy. So, I'll go with Azamat. I don't know much about him, to be honest. And from what little I've seen from Soto, I can't really pick him either. So, I'll go with Azamat.
Yeah, since he already picked now, what am I going to do? Alex.
Okay.
Go.
Cool. That's pretty much it for our predictions.
Let's do a recap.
Oh, yeah, let's do a recap, actually. Yes. Okay, so with Dustin Poirier versus Chang Sung Jung, I got Poirier.
Of course, Korean Zombie. This is no doubt.
Okay.
I have much more confidence on this than Silver.
Yeah. So, and Donald Cerrone versus Jamie Stevens. We both have Donald Cerrone.
Yes.
Okay, Tom Lawlor versus Jason MacDonald. I got Tom Lawlor.
Jason MacDonald.
Cool. And George Lopez versus Amir Sadallah. I have George Lopez.
Don't call me a lot. I got Amir. Just don't call me a lot.
Okay. Next fight after that, Eve Jabouin is gonna fight Mike Easton.
Mike Easton.
Yeah, I got Mike Easton. Okay. After that, we have Cody McKenzie versus Aaron Riley.
Aaron Riley,
more experience there. Okay. Brad Tavares fights Dongie Yang.
What can I do? Korean guys, man. Korean all the way.
You're going with Yang. I'm going with Tavares.
Yeah.
Okay. The Big Frog, Jeff Curran, is going to fight Johnny Eduardo.
I go with the guy has his own team.
Yep. Team Curran right over here, Jeff Curran. Okay. TJ Grant's going to fight Carlo Prater.
Carlo Prater, just the chance that, BJJ could go either way.
Cool. Yeah, and I got TJ Grant. Okay, Rafael dos Anjos is going to fight Kamal Shalvarez.
Rafael
here, yep. And finally, Azamat Gashimov versus Alex Soto.
Yeah.
I got Azamat, you got Alex.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for our predictions for UFC on Fuel TV. It's gonna happen on May 15th. Got any comments or anything, Dave?
No, I think we are creating a really cool community. I see a lot of comments. I get to play comments too, talking to people. I'm really happy. My fights, my predictions is doing well.
Mm-hmm.
I get a really shocking results, so it's pretty funny.
Cool, man. So yeah, that's pretty much it for MMA for you. Thank you guys very much.